Hi, welcome to the 70th Cork International
Hi.
Film Festival. Hello, Louise, welcome. You're the director of The Girl in the Snow in French L'Englouti. So at CIFF, we have the film in a competition called Spirit of the Festival. It's called Spirit of the Festival because it's about so it's a festival that very much claims its roots as a European festival, and we want with this trend to build the bridge to the continental Europe and tell stories from European filmmakers. And we select 8 films, so not that many. It's very selective
Thank you.
program of first and second features from what we think are the most talented new filmmakers from Europe. And the film is eligible for 2 awards, Best Film and Best Screenplay. As I say usually in introductions of films in Spirit of the Festival, for me, oftentimes best creative work is actually done in early stages of a career. It's not necessarily films with promise. They can already be great works, and your film is truly wonderful. For
Thank
me, it
you.
has really many qualities. It's mesmerizing. It's beautiful. It's incredibly cast and acted, including with by the child actors.
Yeah.
It's often funny. It's erotic, which is rare quality actually these days, and it's always interesting. And it's a period film. So let's start with this. Why this travel to the past, Louise? When is this taking place exactly, and where?
The film takes place in the Alps, near the border with Italy, in the French Alps, and it's an area which my mother comes from, and she and my grandmother and my grandfather and my family, they always told me stories from the past of my family, who were teachers, and for the first work as a teacher, they were sent on remote villages in the Alps, really high and really can I say
Isolated.
yes, isolated from the civilization, and during winter with the snow, it was really like a tale or western for me when they tell this really real story. So as a child, it really grows in my imagination. So when I wanted to write a screenplay for my first film, for my first feature film, this story came back. These stories came back, and I did not choose to make a period movie because for a first film it's a bit curious, but it was like that. I was grown with this story, and I wanted to make it.
Does it mean that you had very sharp clarity in your head about what you wanted the film to be? How
Uh,
did you build it all up in your mind?
I had the beginning of the film, the situation of the first years of public school in France at the beginning of the century of the 20th century. I wanted to be during winter, and as a Western with a stranger, a girl who arrives in a remote village and has to deal with a remote community. So it was the starting of the film, and as she is a Cartesian and really realistic person, I wanted her to be pushed in a irrational atmosphere, and the audience is pushed with her in this atmosphere and question the irrational things that happens.
Let's talk about these actors you hired for these parts, because my understanding is that there's a mix of professional and non-professional. So the stranger herself, Galatea Belughi, she was in a film we showed at the festival last year, Italian film Gloria by Margherita Vicario, which also was a period film. So we saw her in similar dresses and anyway, that's by the by. But so why her?
Her father is Italian, but she's a French actress, and I saw her in a film by Xavier Giannoli, The Apparition, in which she play a nowadays films, in which she saw the Virgin, and she has a big her big eyes with a very big face, and seeing her like that, I can project myself in a teacher with a Republican face. It's not the same thing, but I saw that she has the audience can read her mind when she plays, because in my film she's a really silent character. So, and she has no allies in the village, so we have to read what she's thinking. And I made some essays of some casting with her, and it was really, really good. So I chose her at the beginning because she has also a mystery in a face and a way of being that I really, really like and wanted to film.
She is excellent. She can do everything. She also has good comic timing, actually. There is this fantastic sequence of the gros when she gets mad at them.
Yeah.
And it's you and her building that scene with such interesting phases in it, and her disappearing in the dark, moaning still. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a one-shot sequence, and I wanted her to be the most powerful and also comic as possible, screaming in the dark, and I wanted that part to be really a crazy one.
I didn't say that the film world premiere in Cannes at Directors Fortnight, which I'm lucky to have discovered it there, and indeed the audience reacted wonderfully to such scenes where suddenly humor takes you by surprise. Indeed. Let's talk about the other actors. So the people who play the villagers, I was very impressed by the fact that they're all really strong, especially if you're going to tell us how you found them, and also talk about this dialect. Do these people still speak it? What dialect is it, etc.?
Yeah, in the Alps there is a dialect called Occitan, Alpine Occitan, and I wanted to actors who were able to talk this dialect. So we made a long and very big street casting, and a 6 months street casting, and the people came to see us and to try to play with the camera, and we found also some kids, some children that were really, really good. So the most of the actors are from the street casting. There are 3 of them were not, because I wanted a mix. I wanted encounters. some of them knew how to behave in a set, and the other one know how to behave in the mountains. So they have to teach each other, and it put them in the state of equality, I think, and find somebody who plays well. It happens during the casting process. You see that some people keep their child soul, so they like to play, and I think a lot of people can be actors. It's just that they didn't think about it before, because they live far from the city, far from the school of theater. But I really like this casting, because they were really playful and convinced by the film, and we were a joyful group.
It's interesting, and indeed it's a key stage, and they did that well, watching them there and spotting the ones who would be able to reproduce that on the set, because it's different circumstances. And would you say that the setup you had, this it looks, maybe it's not so small, but these interiors and the light level also would have made them comfortable? I'm thinking of these scenes where the old ladies get mad at her and contradict her in her education, and there we really feel like they're in it. And so would you say that you the combinations, everything you put in place was, and are we talking several takes, rehearsals even, or this is really like they went for it and it was good from the first attempt? So
I had a method, different method for each of them, because most of the time I didn't give them text to learn, because after that it was too automatical, and so they just knew the story of the film, they just knew the story of the sequence, and when we were ready to shoot, I was just telling them, you are going to say that, you are going to say that, she's going to say that, and so they were really natural, and some of them, like the old lady who tells the tale and who is shouting at Aimée, she can learn a text and play like that. She's a born actress, and she's really it's really easy with her to ask her to be in every color I wanted for the film.
We feel a lot of pleasure about doing all this, hearing you. Was it a pleasant shoot? I mean, there's a pressure of the first feature, but was it fun?
Yeah, it was really pleasant, because it was playful, but it was also really cold. As you can see in the film, we were really freezing, also in the interiors. So it's a mixed souvenir from this shoot, because it was really, we were like doing sport. It was really
physically.
Yes, I mean walking in the snow, on the ice, with the cold winter. We were always struggling, but it was also like a privilege to be with a camera, a film crew, in a remote mountain. So it was really also magical, I can say.
Yeah. I was going to say, when earlier you said it's not usual to go for a period film as your first feature. Indeed, you added other challenges for your first film, and I don't know that someone watching the film thinks about those things, but I thought, wow, for first film, you make it easy on yourself. What does does it tell you something about what you want for your seconds?
Yes, of course. I don't know the story yet for my next film, but I still want to shoot in the mountains, but I want it to be nowadays, not a period film. And to be maybe in the summer, not to be so cold. But I still want to shoot in the mountains, but because for me it's really a treasure of tales and stories to talk about.
And landscapes. I was going to say, I can imagine your screenplay being a great read, actually, but it's not only a screenwriter's film. It's really told through visuals as much as words, and it does look incredible, as I said in introduction. And so, in terms of what you had in mind going into it, did you have that atmosphere clearly defined also with your technical team and all the colors, the contrast between darkness and brightness of the light and snow? How did you make that come to life?
My parents live in the mountains, so I know very well the lights, the natural lights, and the magical lights that can happen. For example, during the night when there is the full moon, for example, as the snow is on everything, it makes a big giant reflector, and you can see like. In a day for night shot, but natural, and all these meteorological and light specificities of the mountain. I really wanted to capture them and make them put them in the film. Also, the fact that in the houses. The windows are really tiny, and there is not so much light, and everybody is around the fireplace. So it was really described really precisely in the screenplay that I write with my friend and screenwriter director Aimée, who has a first film is called The Dreamer. And she has the same taste as me for the details and put in the screenplay a sort of mise en scène and all the details, and that can inspire the technical the technicians. So it was really written, but after that, with the DOP Marine Atlan, we made some tests the winter before the shoot. Because I really wanted to shoot in not in widescreen but in a full screen, in the square format, because I wanted to increase verticality, the atmosphere of the vertigo, and I had the instinct that if we use the widescreen, it will be beautiful and with majesty and with a magnificent landscape. But I wanted to be claustrophobic and with big landscape with a claustrophobic atmosphere. So we made this full screen test, and it works. It worked really well. So we decided to keep this idea. So it's a mix of written ideas in the screenplay and test with the crew.
And speaking of the atmosphere, there's something that struck me in a positive way when I discovered the film is the music. It's amazing. It's really beautiful. It's well dosed in that, it's not intrusive. Sometimes you notice it for the wrong reason. It's in the way of the story, but it was something of a revelation to me. It's the first thing I talked about when exiting the screening was the music I loved so much. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, the music is composed by the compositor called Émile Sornin, a French composer. And we already worked together in my theatrical, in my live shows and my films, previous films. And I just say to him that I didn't wanted romantic and epic music with a lot of violins, sorry. I wanted something weird and something close to a Western film music. And I told him about, sorry, I don't remember the Vielle-à-Roux,
Oh.
Andy Grundy. I don't know how to. There
I
is
wouldn't know myself either. Sorry.
there is a term in English, but sorry, you can see in the film.
Yeah.
And I told him about this instrument, and exactly, and I wanted to, voilà, he thinks about this folk instruments from the folkloric Alps music, and he came with the idea of Ennio Morricone's music for Italian or Western American film. And with this voice that you can hear in the film. And it was really a great idea because these voices have a lot of mystery too, as the story of the film, because it has a lot of interpretation. The first time that I listened to the score he gave me, because I asked the score before the editing, he composed the score on the screenplay. Because I want to edit with the music already in the computer, because it's more easy for me. And when I heard the music for the first time, these voices, it was for me the children corps, un chœur d'enfant.
Choir, yeah.
It was also the soul of the mountain, the salvage soul of the mountain. It was also a witch dance around the fire. So for the I think that for the audience, it's really there is this ambiguity that I'm looking for the film.
And briefly mentioned earlier these scenes with erotic quality, which I find quite rare these days and quite rare to be so well done without showing too much, but you really have this erotic tension rising quickly in a couple of scenes. In one case, just with the sound, and you imagine the inner feelings and sensations of the person hearing the sounds, and then there is an actual interaction that we witness. But so it's really well thought and brought up as well. And as I said, it's quite rare. And did that require specific prep? Did you even have, intimacy coordinators?
Yes, I had. Yes, it came from the story itself, as we are in a cold atmosphere, and I thought, how can I do love scene or sex scenes with this cold, with characters all in their
lot of layers.
yes, and it was really interesting. I was asking myself, how can I be sensual and making the desire turns between the eyes. Yes, surrounds around the characters with no access to the skins, and I think it was really interesting for a director to to work with these questions. So we have the skin of the hands and of the face, but it's all. And but with the cold and the heat of the fire, the skin are always going red, and so it's really beautiful to capture, to record with the camera. And there is always the sound of the wind. I really try to work with my sound crew on the really specific sound of the mountains that could help us to increase this sensual and sexual atmosphere between the characters, and with poor lights. So it was really my goal to direct the actors like that. And it was also a game with my actress, Galatea Bellucci. I said to her, in this kind of movie and in this kind of film, the period film, or we always see after 15 minutes, we have always seen the female character naked, and we wanted to play with the audience, and what the audience think he will see. So the sequence of the cave, when she sees nothing but listen everything, was really important to me, to play with the audience about eroticism. Erotism. Sorry.
Two French ladies conversing in English for you. It's fascinating to hear all this, and it confirms this idea I had that, listen, I don't know of your film's budget, but whatever it is, the limitations don't show. And that's because you gave a thought to all these things, more than a thought. It's really prepared. It's really, things are there and done in this way or that way for a reason. And for me, the result really pays off. I want to say as a conclusion, please, Louise, never stop being a perfectionist.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I thank you very much for your time and for your explanations. It's really interesting to us. We will direct the audience to this conversation. We hope to meet you in person soon, and best of luck for the continuation of this film's career and your career with other films.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.